Hi, my name is Richard McDowell, and I'm the founder and CEO of Wow Bang Boom. And in this video series, I'm documenting my journey in developing an AI platform, a platform that's hopefully going to help organizations of all types optimize their day-to-day activities. And what I've started with is coming up with a plan, a 9-step plan of how I'm going to deliver my platform. And today I'm going to take you through that plan. Step 1, ideas, features, and Moscow. So I've got hundreds, probably thousands of ideas in my head for what would make an amazing AI platform. But what I need to do at the first stage is to filter those ideas down into a list of features, key features, that would make a really cool minimum viable product, or an MVP. So an MVP for an AI platform that has key features that are commercially viable, that the features that can be of really amazing use to businesses, but on the other hand, doesn't take too long to develop. And so my first task is to get all the ideas that's floating around my head down into a tabular format. From that, what I can then do is go through that list and apply Moscow. Now, what Moscow is, it's an amazing way to get your most important features. So I go through the list and I firstly ask myself, okay, is this a must to have feature? And if it's a must have feature, I put an M to that feature. And then I carry on through the list. And if this is a feature that should be in the release, then I put an S next to that feature. If the following feature is a could be feature, it could go into the release, it doesn't have to, but it could do, then I put a C against that feature. If any of the features don't really want to go into that release, certainly not into the MVP release of the software, then I put a W against that feature, which is a won't. And that's Moscow is a really amazing way of quickly identifying which are your key features. And so what I end up with then is a list of features where I can filter out on the M's and the S's and see which ones are going to be for my MVP release, my first development of this software. Step 2, use cases. Now that I've got my list of features for my MVP, for my AI platform, what I now need to do, I need to expand a little bit on those each of those features. And to do that, I create a use case for each feature. A use case should be no more than one page, and it's really helpful at this stage. It kind of gives me my first sanity check because it lets me see the feature through the eyes of the potential user, or as we call it, the digital persona. So each use case would be in the form of, as a certain digital persona, I would like to do this feature so that I can gain these benefits. And once I've got that for each feature, and I'm looking at it through the eyes of the persona who's going to be using the software, the AI platform, I can really see how that feature might help that user. And sometimes if I might think, oh well, yeah, maybe this feature isn't quite as important as I thought once I've expanded on the idea. And in which case I'll probably go back and revisit my list of features and reapply my Moscow and bring in another feature. But 9 times out of 10, the features do equate to great use cases. And the great thing about use cases is that it's a sanity check to make sure that this feature is going to deliver the correct functionality for my first MVP release. And at the end of the use case, I bolt on acceptance criteria. So in order for this use case to transpose to amazing software, what I need to define a list of acceptance criteria that software, that feature must deliver in order for that use case to be successful. Step 3, prototype. Now, before I start this step, there's certain things that I definitely don't want to happen with my AI platform software development project. I don't want to run out of time before the project finishes. I don't want to run out of funding before I finish my my development. And I definitely don't want the software not to be fit for purpose. I want the software to be commercially viable. I want it to do what it's supposed to do, and that is to deliver business optimization. And so the best way to mitigate those problems is to prototype, is to build a working or semi-working solution that looks and feels like my finished AI platform that I can demo to potential users, early adopters, funders, and show them how cool my software is going to be. But at this stage, what I'm looking for is amazing feedback with minimum effort in terms of software development. In fact, actually no effort in terms of software development. At this stage, I won't have written a single line of code in order to deliver a prototype. So there's usually the tools that I usually use for prototyping are tools called Balsamiq or Figma. Now, Balsamiq is amazing for creating very, very quick wireframe, almost pencil sketch prototypes. And I find Balsamiq really good for sitting down with potential users, early adopters, and if we've got a brainstorming session, Balsamiq is really amazing for brainstorming because you can quickly create a design for an app or website or portal or platform, and you can knock it up very, very quickly, and the user can give feedback straight away. What it doesn't do is that the UI is very much pencil sketch based. And so what I'm looking for in this instance is to create a prototype that really resembles my finished developed product. And so for that, I would always use Figma, because Figma is really amazing. It's a web-based tool like Balsamiq, but it's really amazing for putting together a prototype that looks and feels like you want the finished product, the finished software to be like. And another great thing with Figma is that once you've finished the prototype and you're happy with it and you get your feedback and you can quickly make whatever changes that you want, but once you've signed off on that prototype, as you move forward to development, you can then, providing you've got the right plan in place, the Figma plan, you can then convert that to your UI code, your HTML and your CSS, and which saves you a little bit of time in the development process as well, especially if you're doing the development yourself. But up to now, even with this prototyping stage, I won't do a single line of code in order to deliver my prototype, because I want the shortest journey possible before I can show potential users, early adopters, funders, how cool my software platform is going to be. Step 4, early adopters. Now I've got this down as step 4, but this is something that I'm going to have an eye on right from the start, because what I'm looking for with my AI platform is to bring early adopters on board as soon as I can, because they're going to be really essential to the success of my project. I know that. They're going to provide me with support that I need. They're going to provide me with feedback on my prototype. These are the people with domain knowledge within their own activity, and they're really experts at that. And so I need to, at this stage and before, I need to identify, especially from using my use cases, what kind of digital personas I'm going to be looking for and translate those to early adopters. And I think the best way that I'm going to do that is go through my LinkedIn connections and find potential users who would benefit the most at this stage from the MVP, the minimum viable product of my AI platform. And I think LinkedIn will be a great tool for that. And I'm really looking for two things at this stage. I'm looking for users' feedback and users' support. And I'm also looking for, in terms of early adopters, getting whatever funding I can get together to fund the development of my AI platform. So this is why the prototype is so important, because it will really show a working version of my AI platform, at least the MVP version. And if customers, potential users, if they buy into that, then that would be amazing. Step 5, planning and funding. At this stage, what I need to do is come up with a project plan for the development. So a very simple plan, a day-to-day plan of what I'm going from my features list for the MVP, of what that's going to look like over a maximum development time of 8 weeks. I don't want the MVP project development to go more than 8 weeks. That's the limit to this project. And so within that 8 weeks or less, hopefully, I need a very simple day-to-day plan of what features I'm going to deliver on what days. And also at this stage, from that plan, I will get an idea of what it's going to cost in terms of building the platform, what other help I might need in order to deliver within that time, and what that cost is going to look like. I'm then going to see what funding I've been able to get from early adopters. And if there's a shortfall, then at this stage, before I put any code in place at all, before I even start the build, I need to plug that funding gap if there is one. Step 6, build. Now, this is really an exciting step for me, because in a previous life I used to be a software developer. And so this is a really cool step, because not only is it something that I'm particularly interested in, software development and AI, but it's really the start of when I'm going to build my AI platform, which is really exciting, a really exciting time. But I'm also mindful that this is a step where I should be focusing on two things. I should be focusing on, firstly, delivering the software that meets the use case acceptance criteria. that does what I said it's going to do, basically. And also that software development is meeting my plan. Now, for the software development, I got a few options. I can either do it myself, um, or do it with the help of others. But in terms of actually creating the software ourselves using tools like C#, especially for the web APIs, use Python for the AI software, the model creating the models. Python is amazing for AI because it's got incredible libraries that you can leverage. Or if time is a constraint, then I can bring in tools like Replit and Bubble, which are essentially IDEs, integrated development environments. You can go to the website, and like the Replit website, you can explain to the IDE what you want it to do, how you want the platform to look, what you want your software to achieve, and it creates the application for you. Designs the database, and it really is a big time-saving tool. It does come at a cost, and it usually means, from my experience, that you're limited to that site hosting your finished product. Whereas if you build the product yourself, if you can, then you obviously have that freedom that all the software remains with you, and you can deploy that anywhere you like. I am probably going to go down the route of developing the software myself. I know that just because I can develop software doesn't mean to say that I should. I'm fully aware of that. As somebody that professes to be an entrepreneur, I'm mindful that meeting timescales and getting this done within budget is of the most importance. But for me, I feel I trust in myself, and I feel that to develop the software myself is probably my safest route. And also, what I will try and do is I will try and leverage the help of early adopters as well. So if I can get an early adopter on board that might be able to share the development task as well as helping with business knowledge, then that would be awesome. But I'll know more. I'll be able to make a better informed decision from the results of my planning step, and as to know whether I can develop, finish the development of my MVP for my AI platform within those 8 weeks. Step 7, build a knowledge base. What I want from my software, from my AI platform, the main thing is to deliver optimization, to deliver amazing help to organizations. A big part of that delivery is in the building of a knowledge base, so that when any potential user comes along and they use the software, they can just get it right away. And part of that, and they can get benefit of it immediately, they can use it out of the box. And part of that is in delivering a knowledge base, a really cool knowledge base, along with the software. And so that a user, if they need assistance with anything, then that knowledge base is readily to hand, it's easily accessed, and it's delivered in a way that suits them. So that knowledge base doesn't have to be text-based or just image-based. That knowledge base could be video-based as well. Because this is an AI platform, it should be leveraging many different ways to bring knowledge on how to use the software to the user. Step 8, try out. So it's time to upload the software to the cloud and let the early adopters have a play. And this is ideally, the early adopters, the users, would go to my AI platform, and right off the bat they would be able to use it straight away without any assistance, especially with the knowledge base there. But because this is such an important stage in the early adopters journey, and also going forward in any customer journey, the early stages when a customer first tries out the software, it's very, very important for that personal approach. So like with any customer in the future that becomes a Wow Bang Boom customer, I'm going to be on hand to hold their hand, to be there for them, so that not only do they fully understand the software and they can get the full benefit of the software, their business, their operation gets the maximum return on investment, gets the maximum increase in performance that it can through the optimum usage of the software. So this is a very important stage for me because it's really the acid test to what I said the software is going to do. Step 9, beta release. So this is the final step in development of my AI platform. This is where once the early adopters have come back and they're happy with the AI platform software. It does what they want. It's providing significant benefit to their organization. And then what I need to do then is to put that software, put my AI platform on a more public platform so that anybody can come along and sign up and use that software. And so that's it. That's my plan sketched out for how I'm going to deliver my minimum viable product for my AI platform that's going to hopefully really help business, all types of business, all types of organizations actually, from startups to huge corporations. If my software can help them with AI to optimize and improve their bottom line, then that's a real passion of mine. It's something I've spent the last 35 years doing in terms of software development, in terms of business analysis, helping businesses optimize. And if I can bring all that knowledge along with my AI knowledge, my AI software knowledge, and bring it all together, then I think that's something that's going to be really cool, and it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I'm super excited about. Delivering the software in 8 weeks won't be easy. It's not an easy task. I've no doubt about that. But documenting my journey in these videos is going to be something that's going to be a benefit to me, because it gives me a check on myself every day. Am I hitting my targets? And it kind of makes me accountable, and so it gives me a little bit pressure to deliver every day and to be true to plan. And I'm going to be really open and honest about it. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm going to say exactly what I've done on that day and demo exactly what I've done on that day. And so it's going to be a completely authentic journey, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to. And it starts tomorrow, day 3. Thanks for watching. If you like my journey, if you like what I'm doing, please click the subscribe button. That would be amazing.